joining the Bivol versus Broadhurst Media Conference Call. Your host, Nicole, will now begin.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. Sorry for the late notice. We have on this call Dmitry Bivol, Vadim Kornilov, his manager, Gennady Mashinov, his trainer, and Yana Popova, who will be the translator today. Dmitry Bivol versus Trent Broadhurst for the WBA light heavyweight world title will take place this Saturday, November 4th from the Casino de Monte Carlo and will be televised live on HBO Boxing After Dark at 5:45 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, and there will be a replay on HBO at 9:45 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. So first we're going to hear an opening statement from Vadim.
Thank you, Nicole. It's a pleasure to get in touch with everybody one last time, probably before the fight. Well, there's a press conference tomorrow that's scheduled here, but I actually just flew in and met with the team, and it's a pleasure to talk to everybody, and we're looking forward to a great event. This will be the first world title defense for Dmitry. Pleasure working with Main Events, HBO, Matchroom Boxing, and everybody. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Vadim. And now we'll hear from Dmitry's trainer, Gennady Mashinov.
Пару слов сказать по поводу боя. По поводу предстоящего боя. Два слова. Два? Ну так, кратко, да. Ну, к бою готовились, как обычно, как к всем предыдущим боям. Ко всем боям относимся серьезно, неважно, какие оппоненты и какое место они занимают в рейтинге. Смотрели своего оппонента достаточно высокого уровня, поэтому бой предстоит очень серьезный, и расслабляться не приходится.
I will translate for Gennady. As always, this has been a full-on training camp for us. Dmitry is ready for this fight just like any other fight before. The opponent is a serious opponent, an experienced opponent. To us, it does not matter how, whether he's lower or higher in the ratings. This fight is as important as any other fight, and we're ready for the fight this Saturday.
Thanks. And now we'll hear some opening remarks from Dmitry Bivol, and then we'll open up to questions.
Hello. I'm happy that I will fight in 3 days. I hope I will be winner. I had a great camp. I hope a great 2 camps. First camp we had on Mount in Kyrgyzstan. The second in Los Angeles. I'm ready to fight. I can't wait that moment. That's it.
Thank you. Operator, can you start with questions?
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a question at this time, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. If you have a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Our first question will be coming from Dan Raphael with ESPN. Please go ahead.
My first question for Dmitry is this. The light heavyweight division seemingly is kind of wide open. Andre Ward retired. Sergey Kovalev, he's fighting coming up, but he has lost 2 fights in a row. Donna Stevenson is a champion, but he's 40 years old now. Do you see yourself as the next star and the next man to beat in this weight class? And if so, why?
Сейчас этот дивизион очень открыт. Андрей Ворд закончил карьеру, Ковалев. Все понял?
No.
Ковалев сейчас будет боксировать за титул. Стивенсон, он старше. Видишь ли ты для себя это как огромная возможность и по каким причинам?
Скажу по-русски. Ну, вообще, конечно, я вижу, потому что сейчас мы уже владеем титулом ВБА, и я надеюсь, мы его дальше сможем удерживать, и мы сможем боксировать на телевидении, показывать хорошие бои. Я думаю, это отличная дорога для меня сейчас, как все сложилось.
Yes, definitely, Dan. We think that, Dmitry says, I think that now being a WBA world champion is definitely stands for me being part of the game in the light heavyweight division. There's a lot going on, as you said. My goal right now is to perform well on TV and give everybody the show that they want to see. And I see a lot of opportunities that I can undertake in the division in the near future.
Could you also, or Dmitry, could you also answer this? You're fighting Broadhurst, who is a totally unknown name to at least the American fans. You're not that well known, but at least you were on the pay-per-view with Warden Kovalev. You were on Showbox, so maybe some people are familiar with you. But a lot of people are going to be seeing you for the very first time against an opponent that they don't know either. What do you want them to see from you so when they turn off the TV, what are they thinking about Dmitry Bivol?
Тебя пока только видели на шоу-бокс и на андеркарде Ковалева. Ты еще не очень известный боксер, и о сопернике об этом не слышали в США до этого. Что бы ты хотел сказать для тех, кто первый раз тебя увидит? Что бы ты хотел, какое ощущение у них осталось, какое у них осталось ощущение после того, как они выключат телевизор и бой пройдет?
Я бы хотел, чтобы они обратили на меня внимание, чтобы они получили именно удовольствие от просмотра боя, именно от техники исполнения движений, то есть по-настоящему оценили всю красоту бокса. То есть хочу, чтобы они сказали, вот этот парень действительно может быть лучшим в этом дивизионе.
My goal for people that are going to see me for the first time is to see and enjoy the beauty of boxing, show them boxing at its highest level, and make people believe that I am, once they see the fight, I want people to believe the fact that this guy can be a future star.
All right, very good. And I have just one more question. Dmitry had the interim title for a little bit, and you now have the WBA's full title, but you weren't able to win it against a reigning champion. In other words, Andre retired. Badou Jack, who was, I guess you were his mandatory challenger, he decided to vacate the title. Are you at all disappointed that you were not able to get your belt the way that most fighters like to do so, which is by beating another champion, the champion to get it?
Yes, just 1 second. После того, как ты получил титул таким путем, Андрей Уорд ушел, Badou Jack, ты у него был обязательным, он решил с тобой не драться. Как, тебя устраивает этот вариант, или как бы ты хотел, чтобы случилось, может быть, как-то по-другому? В будущем, надеюсь.
I was ready to fight against Badou Jack, against Nathan Cleverly, and now I'm ready to fight against Badou Jack and Cleverly. And what about Ward? I give him, I respect him because he great master. I would like fight with him. I'm ready to fight. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Just one quick thing for you, Vadim. Can you just give your perspective on where you believe that your fighter fits in this weight class?
Well, Dan, he's a champion now. You did mention an important factor right now about, being moved up to champion and being basically upgraded from the interim championship. And just to clarify, Dmitry could have fought whoever we had to fight, and the only reason, and we actually wanted to fight for the vacant title, and we're ready to fight Barrera. Just this date, as far as I understand, was not close enough for Barrera to prepare for, and it was just not something that we could do. We were not aware that, Badou Jack was not going to take the fight. We kind of thought he might not, but that wasn't a fact. So I think Dmitry is definitely a world champion. You know, he's one of the top guys in the division. You know, this fight is going to take him a step closer to proving that. And we're hoping that we can unify next year against any of the guys that you mentioned, or any other guys that are in the division.
All right, very good. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good fight Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Our next question will be coming from Keith Eidig with BoxingScene.com. Please go ahead.
Yes, my question is for Vadim and also Dmitry. I was just hoping you could talk about the possibility of fighting, if you win on Saturday and Barrera wins his fight later this month, about the possibility of fighting him next. Do you think that will happen, and how eager are you for that to happen?
Если ты победишь, Баррера победит, хотел бы ты выступить с ним?
Now I think about only November 4. Ask me about that after fight. But I know WBA said winner of fight on November 4 will be make mandatory defense. Yes, I'm ready. I will be ready if I will be winner. What I hope.
Vadim, could you speak on that as well?
Of course. We're interested in the Barrera fight. You know, as I just mentioned just a second ago in the previous question. And if Barrera, you know, it's been mentioned that Barrera is probably going to be the mandatory for Bivol after this fight and after his fight. If that's going to happen, then that's definitely something we want, and we're definitely interested in doing that next.
Okay. And how about the other champions? I guess will be determined after Kovalev fights Shabransky, and then of course Stevenson has the other title. Do you think, Vadim, that it'll be difficult to get people to fight Dmitry just because he's a dangerous guy and at this moment kind of like a lower reward type of high risk type of fight?
After Dmitry performed on Showbox against Clarkson and on HBO pay-per-view against Agnew, and people saw what he did to those opponents, it's already difficult to get Dmitry an opponent. It's already difficult to get people to fight him. It's been that way. And we don't want to run ahead of ourselves. You know, we've got a big event on November 4th, a big fight and a serious opponent that Dmitry has to take care of business first. But I think that if Dmitry keeps on fighting the way he's been fighting and performing in that manner, I think that people are going to get more and more excited. And I think that the fights that need to happen will happen. It will not be easy, but I think we'll be able to make it happen with the team that we have right now.
Okay. And Vadim, could you ask Dmitry what he thinks of Broadhurst? Most of us are not all that familiar with him. What does he think of his skills, and what kind of fight does he expect it to be on Saturday?
Что ты думаешь о Broadhurst? Как я буду с ним боксировать? Способности? Что ты ожидаешь от боя? Не обязательно говорить.
I saw his fight. He good moves. He can move back. He can move. He can pressure, and he had good body punch. I think. Я не знаю, что сказать.
Чего ты ожидаешь от боя?
Я думаю, что I think he will be moved back, and I hope it will be good fight. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Our next question will please be Kim with UCNlive.com. Please go ahead with your question.
Thank you, guys. Vadim, hello. Good talking to you again. Vadim, my question to Dmitry is, was he surprised that Badou Jack vacated the WBA title instead of facing him?
Ты был удивлен, что Badou Jack отказался от титула вместо того, чтобы драться с тобой?
Ну, конечно, удивлен, потому что когда ты завоевываешь титул, я думаю, нужно защищать его, раз ты добился его. Я считаю, что боец должен его защищать. Если он у тебя, то нужно. Он же не зря шел, он долго шел к этому титулу, и было, да, много людей. Ну,
Of course, I was surprised. I thought, we were going to make there was going to be a way to make the fight happen, because a fighter goes to a world title all of his career, and once he gets the title, that's a big achievement. And why would you want to give that up? I couldn't understand why get the title to give it up before the first defense.
Mm-hmm. So, Vadim, my second question to Dmitry is, does he ever foresee fighting Badou Jack in the near future?
Ты видишь в ближайшем будущем, что ты будешь драться с ним, встретишься с ним?
I can't see, but I hope I will fight with him.
And my final question, Vadim, to Dmitry is, with Andre Ward retiring, who does he consider the best light heavyweight in the world?
После того, как Андрей Уорд ушел, кого ты считаешь лучшим полутяжеловесом?
Сейчас я пока не вижу одного человека лучшим в этом весе. Я считаю, что такое место, оно сейчас вакантно.
Right now, he says, I don't see that somebody taking that position. I think that position is vacant right now, and there's going to be one to be determined.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Steve.
That was our last question. There are no more callers in queue for questions.
Okay, thank you so much to everyone for participating in the call, and we hope you'll all tune in on Saturday to catch the fight.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your call. You may all disconnect at this time, and have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.